Good morning, students. Today we will discuss about the scoliosis. Myself, Dr. Madhusudan Tiwari, Principal Mahatma Gandhi Physiotherapy College, and today we will discuss about the scoliosis. Scoliosis is the it's basically because of the lateral curvature of the spine, and the abnormal lateral and rotational curvature of the spine. There may be one curve or there may be two curves. The one curve is basically C shape and two curves are S shape. Rotation of the vertebra in thoracic spine, there is prominence of rib cage, that is known as rib hump. Scoliosis is defined as lateral curvature of the spine and it is greater than the 10 degree. 10 to 20 degree of scoliosis is known as mild scoliosis, and 20 to 40 degree of scoliosis is known as moderate type of scoliosis. If the lateral curvature is more than 40 degree, it is known as severe form of scoliosis. There can be infantile type of scoliosis which affects children at birth, and juvenile type of scoliosis which is affecting children aged between 4 and puberty. Adolescent scoliosis are basically it affects kids from puberty to adult. Now here is the primary curve. You can see primary curve is there, and from where the lateral curvature of the spine started, you can see, and the secondary curve is that the spine above and below the primary curve goes in opposite direction as a compensation. Is known as compensatory curve. Now these are the causes of scoliosis. First is idiopathic cause, means where the cause is basically unknown. Second cause is congenital, it's because of the by birth problem, and the third cause is neuromuscular problem, and fourth is degenerative scoliosis. Causes of scoliosis, congenital scoliosis, as you know, it is caused by bone abnormality present at birth. Now the second is neuromuscular sclerosis, a result of abnormal muscles or nerves frequently seen in people with spina bifida or cerebral palsy, or in those with various conditions that are accompanied by or result in paralysis. Third type is degenerative sclerosis. This may result from the traumatic, from an injury or illness, bone collapse, and bone collapse basically occurs in post menopausal age group of ladies where the bone density is very low, and previous major back surgery also may be other cause. Osteoporosis is the main cause for degenerative scoliosis. And the fourth cause is idiopathic scoliosis. Here the cause is unknown. The most common type of scoliosis. Idiopathic scoliosis has no specific identifiable cause. There are many theories, but none have been found to be conclusive. There is, however, strong evidence that idiopathic scoliosis is inherited. Type of deformity. There are basically two types of deformity. First is postural and second is structural. Postural is because of the abnormal and faulty postures, and it is correctable secondary to some conditions of a spine, and structural is basically non-correctable form of deformity, involves vertebral rotation, and here surgical intervention is required for the correction of a structural type of deformity. Signs and symptoms of scoliosis. Scoliosis signs and symptoms in children. Shoulder may not be the same height, one is higher than the other, unequal level of the shoulder. Head is not centered directly above the pelvis. Rib cage is not symmetrical. Ribs may be at different heights. A shoulder blade is higher and more prominent than the other. Unequal gap between the arms and the trunk. One hip is more prominent than the other. Clothes don't hang properly in the body. The individual may lean to one side. Uneven leg length. It means your leg length discrepancy will be present. You can see by observation or examination. Scoliosis signs and symptoms in babies. Bulge on one side of the chest. The baby might be consistently lying curved to one side. These are the signs and symptoms. Now, scoliosis radiograph, the Cobb method of angle measurement. Here the upper point where the upper end of vertebra, their sclerosis is started. This is the lower point where the sclerosis is end. And if we draw the line from the starting of the sclerosis and from the lower where the sclerosis, lower part of vertebra where the sclerosis ends, and when we will like extend both line, it makes one angle. That angle is known as Cobb angle. Degree of curvature is measured by drawing line on the X-ray at the upper border of the uppermost vertebra and the lower border of the lowermost vertebra of the curve. The angle subtended by these lines is known as angle of curvature or the Cobb's angle, and by this angle we can measure the severity of the scoliosis. Scoliosis diagnosis: it is diagnosed by the imaging scan and bone scan. Imaging scans by the X-ray to confirm the diagnosis of scoliosis as well as determining the shape, direction and location and angle of the curve. Here we can say this is a X-ray of thoracic scoliosis, and the second one is lumbar scoliosis. Bone scan: radioactive material is injected into the blood stream. This material travels to the part of the bone that are affected. This is the second method of diagnosis of the scoliosis. Treatment: as far as treatment is concerned, it basically depends on gender. Females are more likely to have progressive scoliosis, gradually getting worse than the males. Severity of scoliosis: the larger the curve, the greater the risk is of its worsening over time. Curve pattern is S-shaped curve, also called double curve, tends to get worse over time as opposed to C-shaped curve. Where the curve location is concerned, if a curve is located in the thoracic or central part of the spine, it is more likely to get worse over time compared to the curve in the lower or the upper section. Bone maturity: the risk of curve progression is much lower if the patient bone have stopped growing. Braces are much more effective while the bones are growing. Casting: in early cases, the child's spine may have to be guided back into its normal position as it grows. This can be done with a brace made of plaster of Paris. It is attached to the outside of the patient's body. This is worn all the time without removing it. Because the child is growing, he or she will need regular cast changes. Possible treatment goal: what are the goals of treatment? First is to improve fitness, second is to improve function, next to optimize joint alignment, to improve muscle strength and power, to improve proprioception, improve range of motion, improve relaxation, self-care of symptoms, improve safety and improve tolerance for prolonged activity. Physiotherapy treatment of scoliosis: first is to relieve the pain and spasm by applying the electrotherapy modalities like hot pack. Second is by postural correction: sleep on the convexity side so as to decrease the curvature. We encourage patient to sleep in a sideline position over the convex part of the deformed spine so that the deformity gradually stays and decrease. And the third part is a strengthening of weakened muscles. The reason behind that, the flexor compartment and extensor compartment, both compartment of the trunk muscles of the trunk should equally strengthened, and this can be done by bicycle. Lie down flat on the floor with the leg off the floor. Now try mimic pedaling a bicycle, means In a supine lying position, patient has to do cycling type of exercises, and this is for the strengthening of the lower abdominal muscles. Once the lower abdominal muscles will be strengthened, it will provide more. Thank you very much. We will discuss the remaining part in the next class.